Hi, Krazy Joe from MegaPodTastic here. It's been a while since you've seen me. It's been a while since I've checked in. If you watch these videos regularly, and the last time you saw me was on Memorial Day, and I wasn't feeling so well. That was like 2 weeks ago. The reason you haven't seen me in like 2 weeks is at the time I thought I had food poisoning. No. I had caught something else, and it knocked me out. I mean, like, I had, like, the Black Plague. I was just out of it. And I'm not going to get into all the details of what I had because, you know, as Dirk Diggler, to quote Dirk Diggler in Boogie Nights, it's not sexy, Jack. It's not sexy. So, it's not sexy. So, I'm not going to tell you what I had. But it was bad. I was knocked out. For a while, I was having trouble speaking. So, hence you haven't seen me in a while. But I'm back. I started thinking to myself yesterday, hey, I'm pretty well healed. It's about time I should, put a video up. But I didn't really have anything to say. And I'm sitting there thinking, well, I don't really have anything to show or say or talk about. Maybe something will come up. And something did come up. And sometimes you think, well, maybe you shouldn't ask the universe for help. Because when you get the help, you think, I didn't really want that kind of help. Because today's topic is a bit of a bummer. Adam West died last night. It's Saturday. Adam West died on Friday. We just found out about it today. And obviously, this is a huge bummer for multiple generations. But, my generation, I am 41 years old. And I grew up watching the Adam West Batman. I did a video several months ago on my favorite movie of 2016. My favorite movie of 2016 was Batman v Superman. If you watch that video, I start talking about how the DC Comics characters, I more gravitate towards them. Not that I have anything against the Marvel characters. I love the Marvel characters too. But the DC characters are the ones that really captured my imagination because my gateway into these superheroes was Christopher Reeve as Superman, Adam West as Batman, and Super Friends on Saturday mornings. And Linda Carter as Wonder Woman. More so, now you also had Lou Ferrigno as the Hulk, and you had Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. But the DC influence in pop culture at that time, when I was growing up, was much greater than the Marvel influence in pop culture. Which is funny because I think it's shifted now. Like, I think the generation growing up now probably is more inundated with the Marvel characters. But that wasn't the case for my generation. And Adam West was a huge part of that. So I thought I would just show you some. I'm not a huge Adam West Batman collector. There are some people who really, really, really have huge collections of Adam West Batman merchandise. And my friend Paul is one of those people. Paul's been in these videos before. It was at the ZoloCon. You watched the ZoloCon video I did. Paul was the guy who I introduced as the world's biggest Scrooge McDuck fan. Well, he's also a huge Adam West Batman fan. And he's probably got more Adam West Batman memorabilia than anyone I know. Now, excuse me, I'm fiddling with my phone for a second because there is something I wanted to show you real quick. And I probably should have had this ready to go. I'm sorry. But there's a movie, and I watched it earlier today. I've seen it before. I do not have a physical copy of this. This is one I only own in digital, so that's why I got to show it to you on my phone. There is a movie called Starring Adam West. Starring Adam West, and it's a documentary about Adam West. It's really good. It came out around the same time as the Batman Blu-ray box set. I actually thought it should have been an extra on the Blu-rays. I thought, Warner Brothers should have paid whoever made this documentary, said, hey, we want that as an extra on our Blu-rays. Warner Brothers didn't do that. It came out through another distributor. But I do recommend it. It's really good. I actually watched it earlier today. But let me show you some of the other stuff I got here. I have I didn't collect this whole line of action figures, but I do have the Surf's Up Joker and the Surf's Up Batman. I thought they were funny. That was a very memorable episode, so I had to get those two. The two are the only figures I have in this line. I do also have the Bat computer set that comes with Batman, the Batcave, and this was the San Diego Comic-Con Let's Do the Batusi set. So I have that. That's pretty cool. Look at that. I don't know if you can see. There's a button on the back. Batman's dancing the Batusi. Can you see that? That's pretty cool. Of course, I have the Blu-ray set. This is the limited edition Blu-ray set, so it does this. Sounds like the recording's going. Yeah, that sounds horrible. I wonder if there's a battery I could change in that. Oh well. Of course, I got the movie. And I have some, I have the Batmobile that came with Batman and Robin. And I have one more figure from that line. Like I said, I didn't collect that line completely, but I also have Batgirl, Yvonne Craig's Batgirl. Oh, and get these Funko Pops, too, of Surf's Up Batman and Surf's Up Joker. So, you know, I'm not a huge Batman Adam West 66 collector. Some people are really into that kind of stuff. As I think people know, Star Wars and Star Trek are more my thing. I love Star Trek above all else. Star Trek is my favorite thing ever. So I collect a lot of Star Trek stuff. But I do have a love for that series. I grew up with it. And I also want to share a story about the first time I met Adam West, because it's kind of a funny story. He's you know, always was a rather interesting, eccentric guy, and I think this story clearly shows that. It was the 90s. It was probably around 96, 97, and my good friend Dave Perillo and I were writing for a magazine at the time called Krazy Wisdom Monthly. And Adam West was a guest at a toy show in New Jersey, and we thought, let's try to get an interview with Adam West for Krazy Wisdom Monthly. So we get to the toy show, we wait in line to meet Adam West, and we said to him, excuse me, can we interview you for this magazine, Krazy Wisdom Monthly? And Adam West said, I'm sorry, I don't grant interviews to publications that I'm not familiar with. However, if you would like, we could have a conversation by which you ask me questions and I give you answers. Wink, wink. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, Dave and I had a little micro tape recorder, and we said, okay, can I tape our little conversation? No, I'm afraid I can't allow that. You will take my voice and you will put it on your answering machine. I said, I won't do that. Yes, you will. No, really, I swear I won't do that. Yes, you will. Now, obviously, if you're going to print an interview, we needed to tape him. You know, we don't have that good memories that we're going to remember everything he said. You don't want to misquote someone. So he basically told us, yes, we could do the interview, we just can't call it an interview. Okay? But without being able to record it, that was no good. So we basically just had to thank him, and he said, you know, he's like, thank you for visiting my bat cave. It was very bizarre. But typical Adam West. I've heard a lot of similar type stories of people having bizarre encounters with him. He was an eccentric guy. So, it's sad. He was Batman for several generations. He was several generations' first Batman, who they think of first when they think of Batman. And I was in BJ's, the store, BJ's, with my wife doing grocery shopping, when I got a text from my cousin saying Adam West died. And it really knocked the wind out of me. You don't know these people personally. I have met Adam West, but, you know, fleeting moments. I don't really know Adam West. But whereas some celebrity deaths, hit you harder than others, this one really, really stung. And he's going to be missed. And I like to point out, too, Batman has been on my shirt all day long. And that is pure coincidence. I put this shirt on before we even had the news this morning that he had passed. So here I am wearing a shirt all day with Batman on it when we get the news that TV's Batman, the Batman to generations, has left us. That's a little bizarre. But God bless you, Adam West. We love you. We're always going to love you. And thank you for all the entertainment you brought the world. And it really sucks when you get to an age where you're watching so many of the icons of your childhood leave. And Adam West is not the first. A couple years ago we lost Harold Ramis. Ghostbusters was one of the big things of my generation. And it's tough. Leonard Nimoy, that was a hard one. But, oh well. God bless you, Mr. West. Our love and respect to the family of Adam West in this difficult time. And, pop in your Batman Blu-rays. Just watch that documentary starring Adam West. Just do something to remember the guy. And if you're watching this and you're young and you've never seen the Adam West Batman, or you thought, oh, that's cheesy, that's not like Christian Bale, it's goofier, you're not wrong. It is goofier, but it's not bad. It's by design. It was designed to be that way. It was designed to be tongue-in-cheek and silly. It's not like they made some corny show. They got the joke. They were in on it. It was supposed to be that way. So do yourself a favor if you're young and have never seen the show, and check it out. It's worth your time. Keep on wearing those pajamas.